So if I can have videos off and microphones on to mute, it's just a short presentation for about 10 or 15 minutes. We would normally do this in school face-to-face, but unfortunately due to our social distancing measures and due to our risk assessment, we need to do it online, which is also okay. So I'm going to share the presentation with you now and share our screen with you. Okay, so as I said, I'm Sian McDermott, I'm the head teacher. I've been here just over a year now, and it's an absolute honour to be at Rowland Hill each day. Bernadette is the assistant head teacher here at Rowland Hill, and then we have Tony Wheeler, who's our children's centre manager. The three of us are the senior leadership team at Rowland Hill, and we lead and manage the centre every day. And we also have a group of governors who there are 12 governors, and the information about our governors and their reports can be found on our website. So Rowland Hill has a wonderful reputation in the local community. There has been a nursery school here since 1942. You might spot some of the faces already. Gay, who's in the left-hand corner, actually came here as a child and now has been working here for 24 years. We have a number of children whose families grow up in the community and then they send their children here afterwards. And a number of our staff's children have also continued to attend here. We were inspected in July 2019 by Ofsted, and Ofsted were so impressed with what they saw that they sent us what they call the letter to say that they need to re-inspect us within a year because they believe that we could possibly be outstanding. So we should have been inspected at some point in spring or summer of this year. However, due to COVID-19, Ofsted suspended its normal inspection. So we will hopefully be inspected in the next 12 months, and we are very aspirational and would like that outstanding judgment. So what I want to start by saying to families today is that here at Rowland Hill, we really value positive relationships that we have with our families, and that has been a huge challenge this year. Normally when children start with us, families are welcomed into the centre and we ask you to spend time with your child in the learning environment, getting to know your child's key person. We want to make the best of every learning opportunity your child has while they're here at Rowland Hill. And due to our COVID-19 risk assessment, that has been really a challenge. However, we are currently looking at different ways that we can communicate with you as a family so that there are better ways that you learn about what happens each day with your child. Your child has a key person, and you will have met that person on your family visit. That is the person who knows your child best, and if you've got anything to celebrate about your child, that's something wonderful that's happened with your at home or with your family, we would love to hear about that. Equally, if you've got any worries or concerns, we have an open door policy here at Rowland Hill, and we would encourage you to do that. Now, we know that there are challenges with that, and therefore we say, please speak to somebody who's on gate duty. Ask to speak to your child's key person when you collect them, because we can always dismiss all the other children and then speak to you after. Equally, we can either email you or we can telephone you afterwards. So as I said, it has been a challenge making the normal relationships that we would normally do because of the pandemic in these unprecedented times. We've had to postpone many of the normal events that we would have at Rowland Hill. These things are things like our winter celebrations, online learning that we do with parents, and our face-to-face. Normally on a Wednesday morning, we would have something called Wow Wednesday, where we talk about things that we like to do with children in school and how you can support that at home. In the next few weeks, we will be writing to you to tell you how we're going to turn all this online so that there will be weekly family learning sessions. They will probably be on a Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock, but they will also be recorded just like this event, and then they will be put onto our YouTube channel for families who aren't able to access them. In the event that we do go into a local lockdown again, I would like to assure all families that there will be learning opportunities posted on our school website every week. There will be things that you can do with your child, and they will be online and offline, things that you can do in your family home. Equally, as a family, if you have to self-isolate, there will be a programme of work that you can do, and that will be publicised on our website. This half terms programme is already on our website for any family who has to self-isolate at the moment. But what I really want to reassure you is that we're always here to talk. Any concerns or queries that you have, please get in touch with, like I said, by telephone, by email. I have to tell you that we met with the staff team last night, and they are missing the contact with families probably as much as you're missing speaking to the person who's looking after your child most each day. So let me tell you a little about the curriculum and what we want for children at Rowland Hill. We want children to grow up and work with you to ensure that your child grows up to be a confident learner, to be somebody who manages their feelings. And that's really difficult if you're 2, 3, 4 and 5 years old. We know that when children come to nursery, the most important skills that they learn is to be able to communicate, make relationships, respect one another, and be happy and confident learners. We want to nurture their creativity, their imagination, and our learning environment lends itself to that. We plan the environment very carefully each day to develop these skills. I'm going to show you a set of photographs now, which show some of the things that I think are really important at Rowland Hill. And you've probably already gathered how much we like being outside and in the garden. We have a beautiful garden. And in these times, research tells us how important it is for children to be outdoors and connect with the natural world. So you'll probably see that children are out in the sandpit and they're having a fantastic time. And, you know, children learn best through play. As an adult, you probably don't realise that you still learn through play. If you had a new mobile phone given you tomorrow morning, what you probably have to do is spend some time playing with it to learn about how it works and how to use it. Children are learning all the time. They don't have the preconceptions that we have as adults. And so they're learning all the time. They're engineers, scientists, surveyors, architects, through playing with things like sand and water. Children learn at this age through their senses. And you can't talk about things or understand something unless you've actually been and done it and been hands-on. How can you talk about mud unless you've actually played in mud, jumped in mud, made mud pies, let mud ooze through your fingers? Only then will you be able to talk about it and make sense of the world. And later, as a child grows up, be able to write about that and read about it and understand those concepts. We want children to grow up being confident and independent, and that's a really important part of being at nursery, learning to grow up and developmentally do things at the right time. So be responsible for hanging your coat upon your peg, understanding that you need to wash your hands after going to the toilet. When you're going to access snacks at snack time, being able to select a piece of fruit and ask for the fruit that you want, learning to peel that fruit and cut it yourselves. And all these things are highly supervised by our staff team. We want to develop those communication skills. We all know that people who get on well in the world are people who can make excellent relationships and communicate well. And those are the early steps that we'll be doing at Rowland Hill in the nursery. We love to have fun at Rowland Hill, and we like the children to become messy. Like I said earlier, that children learn through their senses. So we ask you never to send the children to school in their best clothes, because they'll often come back dirty. And that's because they've been learning using all of their senses and experiencing things that you can do and wallow in childhood. We also have got real high aspirations for children. And so each day they have the opportunity to work in our woodwork area outside. They have the opportunity to work in our process baking area, and we learn skills that are developmentally appropriate. I have to say the children love these areas to learn. They can take risks in a safe environment and develop their fine motor skills. We want them to be able to express their feelings, make relationships, pretend, and be able to problem solve. You can probably see in these photographs that the children have caught the rainwater and then they're using it over in the sandpit. They'll be using it to understand language such as full and empty, heavy and light. They'll be learning skills about capacity and how things become heavier as the jug fills up. Or in the other picture, they're learning about light and how colours can mix. We also believe that children have their rights and their responsibilities. They have the right to celebrate their cultural heritage. They have the right to be listened to. They have the right to have time and space and freedom to learn. And what you'll see in the learning environment is that we have open-ended resources so that we can follow what the children enjoy doing, and then our skilled staff team will support them in their next steps for learning. Around the school, you will see these posters, and we talk to the children about these posters, and we talk about these are the things that we think are really important for the children to learn. So to be responsible, to be able to look after the environment, to take risks. I'm going to hand over to Bernadette now.
Hello everyone. So I just want to talk about a few things. So we want to discuss the home and school contract. So during your home visit with a key person, you would have signed this contract, and we believe it's really important that your child attends every day. Okay, so attendance equals achievement. It really has an impact on their learning and their progress. We always understand at this time that we're being extra cautious with children who are poorly, and it's really important that you call in every day and explain why your child is unwell. And if not, our admin team will call you to find out what's happening. And if you're unsure about whether you can bring your child in, if you're worried about symptoms, we can try and advise you best we can, but also we would advise you to contact your GP. As well as being in every day, it's really important to be on time and establish those routines with the children. So please be on time during our soft start at the beginning of the session, and we will obviously have to speak to you if we feel that you've been late on several occasions. And it can have an impact on your child if they're not on time, because some of their friends might be busy already playing a game and they've missed out on that initial greeting from everybody. Okay, in terms of safeguarding, we have a no mobile phone policy in our school and children's centre. We recognise that, we are busy people, we often use our phone quite a lot of the time, but when you come into the school, please don't have your phone on. Your child is really keen to see you, they've been busy learning, experiencing, and playing with their friends, and they'll be really keen to tell you about all the things they've been doing. So having your full attention when you come to collect them, being ready to listen to them, give them your full attention, models the skills that we need to be good learners. So as Sean was saying, please don't bring the children in their best clothes. And I have the pleasure of being outside with them on a Friday when I'm in the programme. And it's really helpful, and it really supports the children's independence when they know that they've got their welly boots, they can find it with their name on, and that they've got their spare clothes. So they know if we have, even though we've been wearing all the waterproof, somehow water magically just gets in everywhere, and sand sometimes, there's more sand in their boot than in the sandpit. But it's really good that we've got spare clothes, that they can feel confident, and we can support them to be independent in changing. And also, the weather fluctuates, so really important to dress your child for the weather and maybe be aware of the spare clothes that you've bought, that you might need to add some more warmer clothes. And thank you so much to parents who've been bringing snacks in. We've been inundated with lots of lovely fruit that the children have been enjoying. So yes, keep it up, just bringing fruit, the children are having a great time. Now, every child will get a book bag, and we are starting our library in the coming week. So we are going to change the books every 2 weeks. Now, previously, we've been welcoming families in to change the books, and unfortunately at this time, we can't do that. So we will, the children can access all the books in our library, and they can take at least 2 books, so they've got different books to read. And as well as reading books that you may have at home or from your local library, please read with your child every day. And you may find sometimes they select the same book, okay? But this means they've developed these favourites and they feel really confident telling them. And maybe you could, be creative and let them retell the stories, change the ending, do a little bit of role play around those favourite stories that they have.
Can I just add, Bernadette, that we will be sending books home to you every 2 weeks and asking you to bring them back. We have put safety measures in place that when you bring books back to us, they will be quarantined for a period of time before they are added back to our library to ensure that we're keeping the children in our school community safe.
Okay, now, so monitoring children's progress and their learning. So we use an online program called XAT, which I'll come back to. But what we do is we observe the children, and this started during your, family visit, finding out all about your child, and we observe them on a daily basis, how they're, settling in, and then moving their learning forward. So we have a planning meeting at the end of every day, and we think about the learning that's taken place and the way we've been able to move the children on. We use an approach called planning in the moment, where we're able to implement some next steps there and then with the child. So actually we're trying to move them on throughout each session. So in our XAT system, we will be taking photos and videos of your child, and then what we do is we attach them to an assessment, and it helps us build a picture of what your child's strengths are and next steps to learning. Now, we do tracking, so we would have done a baseline on your child as they've started with us, and then we do 3 points of assessment throughout the year. Now, we will be doing parent evenings. Now, these will not be in the standard way of having everyone on site, and we've been talking about this with our staff team, so we would like to possibly do phone conversations or Zoom meetings with the key person and parents, and we'll be sending out information about that to you soon. So in regards to XAT, we'll be releasing this to families in the next coming weeks, and you'll be able to see the observations that we've been doing at nursery. So you'll be able to see any videos, and there's actually, you can have an app that should work on your phone. And it's really nice to share those observations with your child, because then it really provides a prompt to support them and to tell you about what's happening. Because I know sometimes, you collect your children and they say that they just played in the sand or what they had for lunch, but they may not elaborate on the learning that's taken place. So having those pictures and videos is a really nice way to get into what they've been doing. And you'll find that if you do start talking about them, they'll probably become much more animated and recall the things that they've been doing. So we will be sending you a code that you can do to access your child's learning. So the programme doesn't allow you to view everyone's learning, just your child's. So now this is the first time we've invited the parents. So, there might be some teething problems, so bear with us. Let us know if you're having trouble accessing your child's assessment, and we can help you work it out. And we really welcome any feedback you have for us.
We just want to make families aware of our children's centre as well, which is working virtually at the moment. There is a virtual timetable, and if you want to access any of the sessions, please follow the link that's in the presentation. It can be found on our website. Also, there is a whole a back catalogue really of books and stories and songs that the staff team here at Rowland Hill have been building up over the lockdown period, things that you can share at home with your family. And it'll be really nice, because feedback that we've already had from families is that the children get very excited when they see the staff at nursery at home. We also have a parents forum, which will also be turning online, and there'll be more information about that coming in our future newsletters. I'm going to invite Lanessa to join us now. Lanessa is our Learning Volunteer Coordinator. She's going to talk to you a little bit about her role.
Hi everybody. I don't know if you can see me. Is my camera on?
We can't see
No.
you, Lexa, but we can hear you.
Oh, okay. So hi everybody. It's lovely to meet you all. I just wanted to introduce myself and let you know of the offers that I can support you with. So my role is based across Rowland Hill and Park Lane and everything between the North East Tottenham planning area, which covers White Hart Lane to Northumberland Park. Within my base centres, I'm able to put on different training and workshops. So from ESOL to teaching assistant courses. I can also support parents access further education and higher education courses. Usually we do deliver courses in the centres, but unfortunately due to restrictions with COVID, a lot of our learning is being done or being delivered online by a lot of our providers. Where possible, we will try and put training on in the centre. Training and courses range from childcare, child behaviour, teaching assistant, money management, to midwifery, if you wanted to access a course at Conal or Barnet and Southgate. My role also involves supporting parents access volunteer placement. So if you wanted to get back out there or you wanted to try something new, I can support you in accessing volunteer placements within Rowland Hill or Park Lane, or more locally within local community groups, Tottenham Hotspurs, the Selby Trust, or Haringey Volunteer Centre. And the other element of my role is to support parents with employment support. I work with loads of different agencies, from Haringey Works, Project 2020, the Job Centre Plus, Connected Communities. And we have a holistic overview on how we can support parents with CVs, job applications, interview techniques, and just general support. So if anybody's interested in anything that I've gone through, please do contact me. My information should be circulated all the time. If not, I'm always at the centre at least 2 times a week. So please do drop me an email, give me a call. Thank you.
Thank you, Lanessa. So we really value your feedback here at Rowland Hill. Like I said, we have a parents forum that you will be invited to in the next few weeks. We also have a governing body who I am accountable to as the head teacher, and they meet on a termly basis. On our governing body, we currently have 2 parent governors. We invite you to give us feedback through talking to your child's key person, or anytime you feel you need to. Myself, Bernadette, or Tony, one of us is always on the gate, so please come and talk to us. And really, I'm summarising now, but at the end, but I would just, this is a plea from me and your child really. Childhood is not a race. It's a really small opportunity in life to have fun and enjoy yourself. So that's something that's really important to us at Rowland Hill. So I would say, enjoy childhood with your child. If you want more information about the Early Years Foundation stage, you can find that on the Foundation Years website, and the link is on the presentation. We also have a Twitter and a Facebook group, so please follow us. And the last thing I want to say is, we would really value your feedback in this time. If you have any questions about your own child, please speak to your child's key person. If you have any general questions, please email the school or telephone us, and we will endeavour to get back to you as soon as possible. I want to say thank you for joining us and listening today, and we hope to see you again soon. Thank you. Goodbye. Bye.